Hello, I've just been reading this book of poems. We've been learning about rhyming this week, and poems often have rhymes in, and our brains just really enjoy listening to rhymes. It's a bit like music. So I'm going to read you some poems, see if you enjoy them. And they come out of this book, Pocket Poems. They've been selected by Bobby Katz. From Did You Ever Think? No one has a fingerprint just like you. No one smells exactly the way that you do. There are lookalikes and people with the very same name, but no two people are exactly just the same. And that's written by Bobby Katz. This poem's written by Emily George, and that's Aliona. Stretch from your head to the tips of your toes. Check on the weather, slip into your clothes. And that's how to start a day Aliona's way. Toothpaste. There is toothpaste on my fingers. There is toothpaste on my nose. There is toothpaste on the mirror in 100 squiggly rows. Every time I squeeze the toothpaste, it sprays north and west and south. There is toothpaste almost everywhere, except inside my mouth. And that's written by Stan Lee Werlin. Here's another one by Emily George. Aliona says, an off-to-school hug is quick but nice. Mine always comes with some words of advice. In the picture you can see some more words. These are the mum's words of advice. Don't forget, be careful, when, remember, be sure. There's two poems here. This first one on the left, there's an apple squashing a sandwich. Does that ever happen in your lunchbox? Something heavy squashes your sandwich. And this poem doesn't rhyme, but I really like it. It's called Lunchbox, and it's written by Valerie Worth. They always end up fighting. The soft, square sandwich, the round, heavy apple. This other poem is called Brush Dance. A dot, a blot, a smidge, a smear, and just a little squiggle here. A dab, a dash, a splish, a splat. That's how Patrick paints a cat. And that's written by Robin Bernard. The squirrel. There's lots of squirrels in Billingshurst. Whiskey, frisky, hippity hop, up he goes to the treetop. Whirly, twirly, round and round, down he scampers to the ground. Where's his supper? In the shell. Snappity, crackety, out it fell. And we don't know who wrote this poem, that's why it says anonymous. Don't know who wrote that poem. There's two poems about dogs here. The first poem is called Home Poem, or The Sad Dog Song. Home of the moth, cloth. Home of the mole, hole. Home of the bear, lair. Home of the ants, pants. Home of the gnu, zoo. Home of the flea, me. So the dog's a little bit sad because he has all these fleas on him. And it was J. Patrick Lewis who wrote that poem. And the last poem that I'm going to share with you today is called Maggie's Dog. There was a young girl called Maggie, whose dog was enormous and shaggy. The front end of him looked vicious and grim, but the tail end was friendly and waggy. And we don't know who wrote that. It's anonymous. I hope you enjoyed those poems. Perhaps in writing, you'll have a go at writing your own poem. It doesn't need to rhyme.